So call or click now to order.
You're going to love it. I guarantee it.
This is Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk. Here's Scott Kaplan, Alex Padilla, and John Browner.
Hey, everybody, what's going on? It's Kaplan and Crew with Grande and the Brown Man. It's Monday afternoon, and we're coming to you from the 7 Mile Casino Studios, 7milecasino.com. I had a couple days off last week, feeling revived, refreshed, ready to roll, and ready to get back onto the airwaves, ready to get back on radio, TV, YouTube, audio podcast, social media. I'm ready to roll. And I'll tell you something. It's great to come back on a Monday after having 3 days off when you got a big story brewing. And I mean big. And here, when I say big, here's what I mean. And I have to kind of laugh. I'm just saying it. I got to laugh a little bit. You know, there's a lot of people. Yeah, that's right. There's a lot of people in our town who are paid to be cheerleaders for the Padres. And let me tell you something. I get it. I'm not criticizing it. I'm just saying I get it. Because when I worked at 1090 back in the old days, and I actually worked there, and 1090 was a hometown family-owned operation, and the Padres were a much smaller, more family-owned operation, less corporate, no $265 million payrolls. Let me tell you something, man. If I went on the air and I criticized the Padres, the owner called me to his office and reamed me. He told me, our marketing budget is the Padres. So you get out there and you kiss their ass. I'm like, dude, they're freaking 40 and 60. And it doesn't matter. You still say they're going to the World Series. Like, that's how it was. There are a lot of people in this town that are paid to be cheerleaders for the Padres, to push the agenda of the organization. And you know what, fellas? What's entertaining to me is literally watching them trying to maintain some form of credibility. Not that I care, but because now they got to tell the truth. And the truth is the Padres are terrible. They have been one giant flop. I'm not going to call it a failure quite yet because there's still plenty to go, but it's a giant flop and a national laughingstock. People are rooting for them to fail, and people are taking pleasure in their failure. So Grande, Brown Man, good afternoon. I cannot believe the Padres got beat at home by the Washington Nationals, and another former Padre, Mackenzie Gore, comes back to haunt this team. It seems to always happen that way. We got a story brewing here because people are jumping off this bandwagon. Listen, the ballpark's packed. The experience is incredible. It looks great on television. My daughter yesterday, 16 years old, trained from Solana Beach down to Santa Fe, over to the Trolley with all of her friends to the game. Loves the experience. Loves the faster game. All good, except for one problem. When you leave the business of entertainment to get into the business of winning, and then you don't win, you're going to have a problem here. So I could keep rambling. I'm going to keep rambling. Grande, Brown Man, good afternoon. Grande, what do you say to all this, man?
I think you're using the term people as a disguise for Scott Kaplan.
No,
Scott Kaplan is finding joy in the Padres failing. Scott Kaplan has jumped off the bandwagon. Scott Kaplan is rooting against them.
I told you 2 weeks ago, I'm this close to saying it's over. I'm this close to saying the season is over. Everything you just said, that I'm laughing at them, that I'm rooting for their downfall.
Yes.
I told you from the beginning, I did not like what they were doing. I don't love this ridiculous over expenditure with these ridiculously long deals. And if they didn't come out and they weren't good in the early parts of this, it's going to have a big impact on the long term. I wasn't saying the next 30 games determine the next 10 years like Kevin Acee was saying, but I'm just here to tell you that I didn't like the way it was all put together. I didn't like all the preseason arrogance to it all. And you're getting kind of a taste of hey, you want to play with the big boys? Well, this is what happens when it doesn't look so good. So you can beat up on me. I can handle it.
I'm not beating up on you. I'm just saying.
I can take it.
I mean, I listen. I don't know how many people watch and listen to 100% of the show. like me and Browner get to do, and you.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I just think it's funny when you come on here and you start saying people. When
Well,
you can just
yeah.
be like,
No,
Scott Kaplan, am
but
having a good time
I
watching
will,
the downfall.
I will tell you this. No,
Scott
you're missing what I'm
Kaplan.
saying. You're missing what I'm saying. I'm saying the people that are paid to be cheerleaders. I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
The Padres don't have anything to do with our radio station. They don't have anything to do with our YouTube show. They don't issue us credentials. We don't have to kiss their ass. We don't have to say everything's rosy. I'm saying the people that are paid to do that, and they know who they are. I don't have to mention them by name. Those are the guys that are out there now on social media going, they stink. They're terrible. I was wrong. This thing's not getting turned. They know who they are. It's all good. So you see, you're getting it confused.
Sure,
homeboy.
That's what you started saying.
Yeah.
Then you transitioned into what people are saying.
Right.
And when you say people are having a good time seeing the downfall of the Padres, people are rooting against the Padres, people are laughing at the Padres. That's what I'm saying. Scott Kaplan is doing those things. So you said two different things. I get what you said.
Those are people.
I get what you said.
I'm
the first
a person.
Part. I understand the first part. Affiliates are affiliates. They gotta do what they gotta do. Kiss the ring, baby. But I'm talking about part 2 of your opening monologue.
Yeah.
That's what I'm analyzing as people. Sure, people are doing it, but so am I, Scott Kaplan.
Well, don't you understand? There's people. They're big.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people.
Yes.
Okay. And then there's one little guy, one person, me.
Okay.
And I'm over here laughing at the whole thing. Truth be told, listen, I don't mean to rain on anybody's parade. Okay.
What
I don't. Parade? Oh, yeah. I don't mean to rain on anybody's good time, but I'll just tell you this right now. I have not liked the arrogance from the players and from the organization from the beginning. Would I love to see them turn it around, put this city on its back, create electricity, have a fun summer, go into the football season with a baseball team that's still relevant? Sure, that's fun. But
Browner,
so is watching somebody failing in an epic way right now.
Browner,
listen, the Lakers, the first half of the season, trash. Everybody loved it. They made a comeback. Everybody jumped on board.
Yeah. You are. Are we listening to Scott be me with 2 years ago Lakers? With the veteran squad, where I was like, this is the most unenjoyable basketball I've ever seen. This team is impossible to root for. They all came in here cocky as hell when they were all 35 plus years old, and Russell Westbrook. Like, is Scott me right now with the Lakers?
Yes. Bro, this guy came in swinging. He came in with an agenda. Did you write these things down? Like what?
I know.
I don't.
You
I
give
don't
him
really
5
know.
days off.
Here,
you give him 5 days off.
I mean, what?
I'm gonna show you my notes.
A legal pad of there it
notes.
is.
Oh.
Look at my notes.
First of all, sucker, you turned the page before you held that up.
Yeah.
Well,
because over
here's like my business notes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
And here's my Padres notes right here.
Yeah.
I don't need notes. I don't need notes on the Padres. When you lose 2 out of 3 at home to the Washington Nationals, and Mackenzie Gore is honestly, he's mowing you down with straight fastballs.
Mm-hmm.
This wasn't junk.
Which is by the way, which is what he threw here that got him traded.
Yeah.
So I don't.
No. What got him traded was the opportunity to get a guy like Juan Soto
and throwing the ball down the middle.
No, come on, man. They wanted Soto. They thought Gore was what you said, never going to be a guy who was a major leaguer. Isn't that what you said?
Mm-hmm.
And now here he is coming back to get you.
Well, listen, a lot of guys will come back to get us. Guys we know, guys we don't know. So this is hard because.
Oh
it's
no.
Hard.
Oh no.
You're in a sense.
I think he's moving positions on the bus again right now.
No. Just hear me out. Hear me out. In a sense, Scott is correct.
Innocence, as in like I'm innocent before I'm guilty?
In a sense.
Oh, in a sense.
Yes. Or in a sense, or innocent. Either way, it's all going down the same road at this point. Okay. I don't really know how I feel about what I saw because this is the same team they curb stomped a couple of weeks ago, if I remember correctly, on the East Coast. And they just, how do you put up double-digit runs in the first game, and then you just go, you know what? We got this. And that's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. In the notes today, it says that they can't finish 500 before the All-Star break because I read. And
wow, he looked at the content today.
Now, I'm not getting off. I'm not getting off.
Nice.
I'm
You
not
did that work
changing
for a
seats.
reason.
Yeah, I'm not getting off. I'm not changing seats. Sometimes you just gotta wait till tomorrow, and that's what this is. We need to play more games. We need more games. I know that probably may not be the solution. Maybe that's just the path to more anger and frustration. But this is bad. This is bad, and they just don't seem to be inspired. Getting double-digit runs and then following that up with a donut, and you might as well hadn't scored yesterday. I mean, shout out to Tatis for shout out to Tatis for doing something.
I turned it off.
I mean, listen, this is a problem. This is a problem because now this is going on too long because we almost at All-Star break. Y'all know my deal with All-Star break.
Hey,
we almost there.
Maybe AC wasn't wrong a couple weeks ago when he said that the next 30 games could be impactful or determine the next 10 years. Like maybe he wasn't wrong. You know, like maybe somebody in the organization actually said that to him, because here's the thing. If they don't get this thing, if they don't get it back on track, I'm not going to call it turned around. If they don't get this thing back on track before the All-Star break, and Alex, we can look at the schedule before.
I think it's
break.
Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, Mets, and Angels.
Right, and here's the thing: don't take the Pirates or the Reds for granted. Yeah, right. Reds got one of the most exciting young players in baseball. Like we all thought Tatis a couple years ago. They got this young kid that dives into first and hits for cycles and all kinds of stuff. So don't think that the Pirates and the Reds are automatic easy wins.
There's no automatic easy wins when you lose series to the worst team in baseball, one of the worst teams in baseball, the Royals, and the worst team in the National League. There is nothing given to this team.
Correct. And while the Mets are as financially and as a result chemically as screwed up as they are, they're just like the Padres. You put a bunch of money in and the chemistry and all hasn't happened and the wins haven't followed. So the Mets are no joke because you don't know what could happen between those two teams. And hey, listen, as for the Angels, look, I get it. Nobody really respects the Angels. And I know that they had that outburst the other night in Colorado, which, by the way, I know you guys won't love this, but I'm going to say it anyway. Shout out to Mickey Moniak, the starting left fielder of the Angels, La Costa Canyon High School, #1 overall pick in the draft, comes home to Southern California. This dude is 5 for 5 the other day in that 25-run game that they had. Here's a guy who's playing on the same field with Ohtani and Trout, was right here at La Costa Canyon High School 5 years ago, #1 overall pick. You want me to tell you more about the quarterback that transferred from Notre Dame to Alabama, Alex?
I already know the whole story. Yeah.
All right. So anyway, look, if the Padres don't get this thing back on track by the All-Star break, or if they don't build some momentum headed towards the All-Star break, could major moves actually happen?
Yeah, I want to say something about these major moves. And listen, because the way people talk about it, the tone of which I understand the thought process of, oh, it's time to trade Juan Soto. I get the where it comes from, where it originates. But the tone of which people talk about Juan Soto, like it's his fault that he got traded here. Like it's his fault that he leads the team in OPS. Sorry, Browner. No, so people that talk about Juan Soto, listen, I know Mackenzie Gore looked really good yesterday, but they didn't give. At the end of the day, is Mackenzie Gore some franchise changer? Is CJ Abrams some franchise changer? No. Did they give up trade pieces? Sure, but whatever. So I think there's 2 dudes on this team, 3, that I have no problem with. Tatis, Soto, and Ha-Seong Kim. I have no problem with those 3 guys. I think they're doing their job. I think they are the ones that are actually performing when needed. If you want to start talking about who to blame, Scott, you weren't here for this. And when he said it, I was surprised he said it. But our boy Chris Reed zeroed in on one person. And
don't tell me, because I want to take a guess.
Okay.
Chris Reed has zeroed in. Now, Chris Reed, everybody knows. I mean, he was on the show last week, the actor, the huge Padre fan, et cetera, et cetera. Without knowing what he said and the way you just set it up, I'm going to take a guess here. Did Chris Reed put this on Manny?
Yes.
Yep.
And the thing about this fan base, at least specifically social media, is when it's all going well, Manny gets a lot of praise. Manny gets a lot of the captain. He's the captain. You know, Manny this, Manny that. But it works both ways in sports. When your team is underperforming the way they are, he's still the captain, right? He's still the leader of this team, right? So why are we, when we're looking for people to blame, and you look at who's underperforming significantly, yeah, you could point a bunch of people. You could look at the catcher position. You could look at Grisham. You could look at Bogaerts. You could look at Cronenworth. There's a lot of people that you can start blaming and pointing your finger at. But the more I think about it, if you're truly going to be the captain, if you're truly going to be the leader of this team, if you're truly going to be the guy to lead this club out of whatever bottomless pit this is, it goes both ways. We praise him when he's having an MVP season where Browner was campaigning for Manny VP. It goes both ways. It's his fault. He's got to rally this clubhouse together. He's got to find a way. He has to perform better. He has to perform like the $35 million man. He has to perform like the guy that's going to get $500 million from this club.
Can we talk about something that also no one wants to bring up? Did they sign him too soon? Because he looks comfortable. And I'm talking about comfortable in his inability to come through.
Well, let me ask you guys a question. But let me ask you a question about Manny. Does he look different in any way to you this year than last year? Does he look
set? Uninspired?
Like physically thinner or thicker or something like that? Is that where you're leaning at? I haven't noticed. I
haven't noticed it, no.
Listen,
players on defense, though.
Yeah. Defensively, he's can't complain there.
I mean, here's
can't complain with the Padres defensively. They're the least errors in baseball. Yeah.
I mean, all I can think about is when you give a guy that kind of money, and I don't mean Manny, freaking Bogaerts, Cronenworth. I mean, I'm throwing Tatis out of that because Tatis's money doesn't start for a while. I mean, it's and
he's good,
and he's doing everything right.
Yeah.
Right. When you get paid that kind of money, do you have that sort of hunger? I mean, look, you might be thinking to yourself, dude, Manny was getting paid $30 million last year. He's getting paid $35 million this year. Come on. What's the difference? The difference is that this year he could have opted out and now he's got 10 more years and there's a comfort factor. Listen, Xander Bogaerts, I'll tell you guys straight up for real. When they signed him, I had to go do research on him. And then you find out, you go, oh, he was great with Boston for all these years. I wasn't watching the Red Sox. And the Red Sox haven't been championship caliber for call it the last 5 years. So I got to be honest. I didn't know a whole lot about Bogaerts. And I am blown away by how bad this has been, especially with the way he got off to the start. The start of the season, you're like, this guy's unreal. I mean, I barely knew who he was in Boston. Now I'm like, I can't believe how bad he is or how bad things have gone.
How bad things have gone. I would say on the Manny aspect of it, that level of comfort on a guaranteed contract for 10 years, all right, whatever it is, it's too long. That level of contract can take a lot of pressure off you a lot of ways in your life that you no longer have to worry about. Again, this guy's now part owning soccer clubs. Like his life is going into another level of things I'm doing now. So is his mind all there? We don't know. We can't say this, we can't say this, and all we can see is him not coming through. And again, he is a slow starter, but this is
we're
beyond
not starting
a slow
anymore.
start.
We're not starting anymore.
This is beyond a slow start.
Listen,
we're past that now.
In therapy, they always tell you don't use the words never and always. And so to make a blanket statement like we signed him too soon and 3 months into a 10-year contract, I won't go there yet. I'm just talking about this year specifically right now in the moment. He needs to step up. He needs to perform better, and it's that simple. Listen, you can have I'm not going to have a decade conversation because I don't care about that. I'm caring about right now in the moment. I don't. I genuinely don't care about when Bogaerts and Manny are 39 years old. That's a conversation for then. I'm talking about right now in this moment. This team is way too damn talented and has way too much roster potential, I'll say, to be this bad.
Okay.
And they need to step up.
Okay. Hold on to that thought because I think that as we get back on the air, as we put the show back together, a couple of days off last week, I think everybody's coming in really, really hot today, and understandably so. And we're going to jump right back into it because you have to hear Xander Bogaerts after the game yesterday in the clubhouse talk. I mean, he's like at a loss for what is going on with this ball club. Yeah. We'll hear from Bogaerts coming up. You'll also hear from Bob Melvin, who people are starting to ask him about the heart of the club. And I think that they're beating around the bush because what they're trying to say is, are you inspiring these guys? We're going to get into all of that on the way. And then, Browner, you'll love it. The numbers just tell us the story. It's so easy to see what's going on. So stay with us. We're in the 7 Mile Casino studio, 7milecasino.com. If you're looking to play blackjack or poker or table games, if you want to have brunch at the best brunch in South County, according to San Diego Magazine, it's all right there at 7 Mile Casino. 7 minutes south of downtown San Diego, smoke-free environment, great place to play and eat. It's 7 Mile Casino, 7milecasino.com. All right, we're all on fire. Let's keep it rolling. What did Bogaerts say that was so bad after the game? You'll hear it next.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew Tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 AM, ESPN Radio, and YurView, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
Dominating the SoCal radio airwaves for over 20 years. Join Scott Kaplan, Alex Padilla, and John Browner for Kaplan and Crew every Monday through Friday, 3 to 6 p.m. only on the mightier 1090 ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk, and the mightier1090.com.
There's far too many people suffering on the streets, and so we're about helping people find that bright and immediate and safe and healthy pathway off the streets. Our mission is to alleviate the suffering of homelessness throughout San Diego County. We raise money to fund, activate, or lead high-impact homelessness programs, and there's close to 20 different employment and job training programs that we've funded. In 2023, addressing and reducing youth homelessness is one of our primary focus areas. And so we work with Urban Street Angels on a number of strategies and programs. We work with the Youth Assistance Coalition because they're organizations that make impact. We're never going to solve it, but we can meaningfully reduce it and help a heck of a lot of people by raising money to fund and activate a multitude of programs that are tangible and can be quantified and meant to alleviate suffering now, while simultaneously pushing on government to help accelerate their efforts.
Cox Communications and the San Diego County Office of Education salute the 2023 San Diego County Teachers of the Year. Cox presents Salute to Teachers. Be inspired by their stories and celebrate their accomplishments in a 30-minute education special. Watch Cox presents Salute to Teachers only on YurView.
Since 1975, San Diegans have trusted the Murray-Lampert family for their home remodeling projects. We continue our commitment to deliver high-quality home remodeling and construction to our customers without an expensive showroom.
When you're adding companion units or ADUs to bring value to your home, our team has the experience to handle everything. Plus, our strong relationships with the city makes adding on easier for homeowners.
Visit murraylampert.com for your consultation.
Here at our New Teeth Now Center in San Diego, we specialize in reconstruction and giving patients back their teeth in the same day. We have a center where not only you have oral surgeons trained in surgery doing your procedure, but at the same time we have trained lab technicians in-house. We have general anesthesiologists to help you with your anesthesia. And we're able to bring everything in-house to recreate patients' smiles. Our specialty really is zygomatic implants. This procedure allows us to really deliver teeth to patients who otherwise have been told they would never receive teeth in their life.
Thanks to New Teeth Now, I love my smile. I don't even feel really different. The proof is right here.
For our patients who have been apprehensive about coming back into dentistry, we want to tell you that we are the premier center to take care of you here. We want to make sure that we're well taken care of from the first minute you call us to the minute you come and meet us for a consultation.
I can smile, I can laugh. It's brought me back, and I'm so thankful for that.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew Tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 AM, ESPN Radio, and YurView, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
Listen to The Mike Greenberg Show, 7 to 9 a.m. Pacific, Monday through Friday. Greeny brings his unmatched depth of sports knowledge, fun, and entertainment back to ESPN on a daily basis. The Mightier 1090 ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk, and themightier1090.com. We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew Show on the Mightier 1090 AM, ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk.
This is the Rugby Odds, where an unlikely pundit panel of a wordsmith, a WWE legend, a rugby star, and a supermodel scour the globe, seeking best bets and bad behavior. Are you not entertained?
My favorite thing about teaching would be just seeing the growth and the potential of the kids and just kind of letting them explore creative thinking, creative thought, and creative projects.
Me and my dad went to Patrick Henry High School, and we have other team members who also went to Patrick Henry, and their kids went to Patrick Henry.
Rachel was one of my students, and during my graphic design class, she actually developed a redesign of the Murray Lampert logo, which is how I learned about Murray Lampert. Early on, she showed a lot of just kind of a awareness of design.
We've been very active in this, especially the San Diego Unified School District. I was on one of the boards for a few years. We've participated in middle school in Patrick Henry. A few years ago, we donated a baseball scoreboard, which felt really good because that's where my son played baseball. When the engineering department needed support, we donated for models for the kids in architecture class to build actual framed models.
Murray Lampert donated a big marquee, digital marquee, and every morning I see that on my way into the classrooms. It's extremely important for communities and companies to invest in the students. When they do, bad behavior goes down, student achievement goes up. When companies give back to the students just, they feel a part of something bigger. They feel part of a community. They feel like somebody has invested in them.
Teachers are very important, and it's important that they get what they need in their classrooms, and we've really been part of that. We're really looking forward to being involved with the Salute to Teachers that's coming this year, and we hope to make that an annual event.
The philosophy of integrity here at Murray Lampert is always doing the right thing, even when someone isn't looking.
The San Diego Children's Discovery Museum is a children's museum that serves San Diego County. Our area of focus is children between the ages of 0 to 10, but primarily 0 to about the ages of 7. We teach children in an informal, experience-based environment, specifically foundational fluencies, social-emotional learning, and purposeful play.
We started PNC Grow Up Great in 2004. It is now a $500 million bilingual early education program, all focused on reaching young children from birth to age 5, with a particular emphasis on reaching low and moderate income children to help prepare them for school and life.
And we've been looking for partners, and that's how we got to the San Diego Children's Museum. They specifically have a new mobile unit where they bring STEM-related educational services to kids that can't make it to the museum.
We both believe in bringing innovative platforms of learning to children all over the county.
I think I'm going to build a castle.
Here at our New Teeth Now Center in San Diego, we specialize in reconstruction and giving patients back their teeth in the same day. We have a center where not only you have oral surgeons trained in surgery doing your procedure, but at the same time we have trained lab technicians in-house. We have general anesthesiologists who help you with your anesthesia. And we're able to bring everything in-house to recreate patients' smiles. Our specialty really is zygomatic implants. This procedure allows us to really deliver teeth to patients who otherwise have been told they would never receive teeth in their life.
Thanks to New Teeth Now, I love my smile. I don't even feel really different. The proof is right here.
For our patients who have been apprehensive about coming back into dentistry, we want to tell you that we are the premier center to take care of you here. We want to make sure that we are well taken care of from the first minute you call us to the minute you come and meet us for a consultation.
I can smile, I can laugh. It's brought me back, and I'm so thankful for that.
Since 1971, the LGBTQ Center OC has been a pillar of the Orange County community, proudly empowering and advocating for the queer individuals and families who need our support. We've sustained a safe space for the community for more than 50 years and continue to grow the wealth of resources that the people of Orange County rely on. It's true that it gets better. Until it does, the LGBTQ Center OC is here, and we've got you.
The San Diego Children's Discovery Museum is a children's museum that serves San Diego County. Our area of focus is children between the ages of 0 to 10, but primarily 0 to about the ages of 7. We teach children in an informal, experience-based environment, specifically foundational fluencies, social-emotional learning, and purposeful play.
We started PNC Grow Up Great in 2004. It is now a $500 million bilingual early education program, all focused on reaching young children from birth to age 5, with a particular emphasis on reaching low and moderate income children to help prepare them for school and life.
And we've been looking for partners, and that's how we got to the San Diego Children's Museum. They specifically have a new mobile unit where they bring STEM-related educational services to kids that can't make it to the museum.
We both believe in bringing innovative platforms of learning to children all over the county.
I think I'm going to build the castle.
We're adopting dogs from local shelters, training them for post 9/11 combat veterans, and we're able to donate these trained dogs to deserving veterans in need. Service dogs can range anywhere from $15,000 to $35,000, $40,000. And for someone getting out of the military that's seeking support and help, having that sort of price tag is daunting. So we really wanted to be able to support the veterans to make sure that they're getting a dog that they need in their life at no charge.
You know, I was in a very dark place. I was having suicidal thoughts, and I really needed an immediate help. We don't know if tomorrow is going to be there for us. So I found Shelter the Soldier online, and I reached out, and somebody contacted me within 24 hours. And in the next couple of weeks, I was already in the program meeting dogs.
YurView Community Spotlight is brought to you by Bill Howe Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Flood.
Over 1,000 young people are without shelter in San Diego every night. The Lucky Duck Foundation is here to change that.
They're my structure. I feel like I had a safe haven, I had family, even though they're not blood, they were there for me. By getting all the support that I have today, I feel like my future is going to be better than ever. I'm currently going to school and employed.
Donate today at LuckyDuckFoundation.org to provide housing, education, employment, and hope.
Please share your luck.
The San Diego Children's Discovery Museum is a children's museum that serves San Diego County. Our area of focus is children between the ages of 0 to 10, but primarily 0 to about the ages of 7. We teach children in an informal, experience-based environment, specifically foundational fluencies, social-emotional learning, and purposeful play.
We started PNC Grow Up Great in 2004. It is now a $500 million bilingual early education program, all focused on reaching young children from birth to age 5, with a particular emphasis on reaching low and moderate income children to help prepare them for school and life.
And we've been looking for partners, and that's how we got to the San Diego Children's Museum. They specifically have a new mobile unit where they bring STEM-related educational services to kids that can't make it to the museum.
We both believe in bringing innovative platforms of learning to children all over the county.
I think I'm going to build the castle.
After an accident, you could be faced with a maze of confusion. There are medical bills, lost time at work, not to mention taking on the big insurance companies alone. But with the Barnes firm on your side, they can help you get compensated for your troubles. And they'll help you get the best result possible. Call the Barnes firm now at 1-800-8-million for a free consultation.
Welcome back. This is Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk. Here's Scott Kaplan, John Browner, and Alex Padilla.
All right, everybody, what's going on? It's Monday afternoon. This is Kaplan and Crew with Grande and the Brown Man. Fellas, it's summertime. I mean, like, it's really summer. Like, it's starting to feel, I don't know how it was this weekend because I was out in the desert because I, for weeks, have been looking for sunshine and warm weather. So I went out to Bighorn this past weekend and stayed at a friend of mine's house, and what a great weekend we had. But I feel like it's summertime now. And by the way, just to let you guys know, we talked about going to the fair. Well, guess what? I got your fair tickets now, pal. So I said to you guys, hey, would you like to go to the fair? Both of you guys said, nah, I don't do the fair. Alex, you were talking about going to the fair, winning goldfish and naming them on the way out the door.
I love the fair.
Well, you're going, pal.
Good.
Because I got you all hooked up. Parking.
Appreciate that.
Tickets.
Oof.
I mean, shoot, I might as well just give you like a free goldfish while you're there.
Well, I'll win those on my own.
Okay.
I'm a master at winning goldfish at the fair.
You are. Really?
Yeah.
My girlfriend had one of these goldfish from the fair. This mother effer lived 15 years by himself in an aquarium.
Impressive.
15 years. This thing, you couldn't believe it. It was like, it became like this big white fish.
Oh, it lost its gold?
Yeah, it wasn't really gold anymore. It became white, albino.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Maybe you had like you know how when you go to sushi and you get a crab, something with crab, but it's with a K because it's fake crab. Yeah. And you got a fake goldfish. They spray painted it or something.
They dip them in something.
I would say this. We need to all look at the schedule of what's going on at the fair and like pick something out that maybe there's a concert or a show or something that we want to do. And then we should say, hey, we're all going to go on that day.
Well, we better hurry up.
Well, I know, because the fair is going to end on what, 4th of July, right?
July 4th, yeah.
Yeah. And so that means that's Tuesday of next week.
I think we're looking, if I'm looking at something remaining,
right?
Because I was supposed to go yesterday. I didn't go to watch Los Tigres del Norte.
Okay.
But on Wednesday.
This Wednesday.
Our boy.
Yeah.
Nelly.
Oh.
And if you show up to that concert rocking those Air Force Ones, you're gonna be on point, my friend.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Nelly, what is the day? Which day at the fair is the like you buy like one card or something like that and you ride all the rides, like it's like unlimited rides. Do you know about that?
Oh, I don't know about that.
My kids would always, every summer, they'd be like, oh, let's go on this day because that's where they have the unlimited ride. I'll have to look into that. But yeah, I'm ready to go. Now that we got some ticks, we could use them for some giveaways too.
Yeah.
For people, you know?
Do it soon.
We better get it done this week. We'll figure it out.
Hop to it.
Yeah.
The San Diego International Beer Fest. I used to go to that every year when we were at the old 1090.
When is that?
Oh, that's Saturday.
This upcoming Saturday?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we should go to that.
Oh, we got to pay extra for that one.
We do?
Oh.
Yeah.
We should go to that.
Extra. Describe extra.
Well, do we want to do Coastal Elite style VIP lounge, or do you just want to go general admission?
This
I'm
is
not going
Saturday.
admission.
This is Saturday, June 1st.
From 1 to 4 p.m.
July 1st.
July
1st.
July 1st. All right, well, here, let's do this. Let's get Alex a whole bunch of really heavy beer on Saturday, and then let's put him on that swing thing that goes round and round and round, see how he does.
Dude, me and heavy beer don't get along anymore. I'm getting old.
I know. Now, well, no, you're getting skinny. Flaco. You know what I'm saying, Queen?
Yeah, I could still put him down, though.
All right, so look, here's the deal. We're going to talk about it as the week goes on. I think we're going to try and make plans to go to the fair on Saturday. Brown, are you down? Or can you go? Can you not go?
I can do that.
I know it's okay.
I can do whatever I want. I'm a grown man.
I'm a own man.
You feel me?
I'll be where I'm at. Yeah, I feel you. Think about it, everybody. We're all going to make plans to go to the fair Saturday as the great friends familia. So think about that. And then let me get back to the Padres. We're in the 7 Mile Casino Studios here on a Monday afternoon. I said before the break, we'll play for you what Xander Bogaerts said after the game yesterday. Think about this. Padres lose 2 out of 3 to the Nationals. Nationals come into San Diego with the worst record in the National League. Padres are fighting to get back to 500. You're playing against this lowly Washington team. Who's on the mound on Sunday? Mackenzie Gore, the guy that was like your number one prospect in your organization, and you traded him for Juan Soto, essentially. And here are the Padres climbing and clawing back towards 500. And they're playing the worst team in baseball at home in front of a packed house. I mean, the vibe, the energy, where is that on the field? And after the game, after losing 2 out of 3 to Washington, Xander Bogaerts is standing there in the clubhouse. It looks kind of empty behind him. I don't hear a lot of noise behind him. I don't know how long after the game this is, but
there's no celebratory piñatas and mariachis happening.
No, he is getting raw. You guys ready to hear this?
Here's the first one. And then just Well, I saw the full 6-minute from Marty.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Marty.
Shout out.
And in the beginning, it's like, is this dude? Your boy Blake. I was talking to your boy Blake, who covers the Dodgers earlier today. You know how he said? You know how he described Xander before I play it for you? It looks like his dog just died. That's how somber this dude was. Here's the first clip.
Feels like whenever someone else scores first, it's like, oh shit, trouble. You know, that type of feeling, and it shouldn't be that way. You know, especially what we've done the last 2 or 3 days. Obviously not the shutout yesterday, but the days prior to that. We all in here know what we're capable of, and it just one run. I mean, come on, like, it's just that feeling of like you gotta fight back, and it's just one run. You know, it's not even like it's a 4-0 lead, 4-0 lead by the other team. It's just a one run. You know.
Doesn't that say what you want to?
Doesn't that say everything? Doesn't that say everything about the season right there? Just we could just hang it up and stop talking about the Padres because Xander just did it as good as it can. Every time it feels like we go down, it feels like we're not going to get back up. One run, and we feel like we've already lost the game.
We've said this on the show multiple times that when they get down, they just don't have the fight to come back. Like we've all said that on this show. So
I read this article today. In the Athletic. Dennis Lin. Did you happen to read this?
The whole thing last night. I was like,
dude,
what am I reading right now?
Dude, listen to this. Listen to this paragraph. I just had to pull my phone out. The Padres are now 8-30 when their opponent scores first. Think about what Bogaerts was saying. Bogaerts was saying, dude, it's one run, bro. It's one row. It's one run. So listen to this paragraph. The Padres are now 8-30 when the opponent scores first. 5-13 in one-run games. 0-6 in extra inning games. For those of you that are watching, Alex built a graphic based on this paragraph. That's how on the same page we are. 4-34 when they score 3 or fewer runs. I mean, maybe I missed a couple of numbers here, but you're 3-31 when trailing after 6 innings. Let's just hold on. You're 3-31. Can you put that back up on the screen, Alex? You're 3-31 when trailing after 6 innings. So you're down 5-4 in the 7th, and you can't come back. You're down 10-7. You're down 4-0. Whatever it is, the point was there was supposed to be so much offense with Bogaerts joining and with Tatis coming back. You had Manny and you had Cronenworth and you had Soto and you had Grish and you were adding 2 monster bats to your lineup, and you're 3-31 in games where you're trailing after 6. Bro, there's no comeback. There's no fight. There's no clutch.
And this was a team last year that really, when you look back into those moments, it was a guy named Jorge Alfaro who came through for you 5 times yesterday.
Multiple occasions.
And yesterday it was bases loaded. I believe they were down by maybe it was 2. I don't remember exactly what the score was, but it was bases loaded. They do all these maneuvers, right? Like Matt Carpenter comes in, pitch hits for Austin Nola. They pinch hit for Trent Grisham. It's in the 6th inning. That's how desperate they are. They're doing all these things in the 6th inning because they know they can't manufacture any runs. So they pinch hit for Austin Nola. Great. Matt Carpenter walks. They pinch hit for Trent Grisham to get a righty-lefty matchup. And Gary Sanchez comes up to bat. Bases loaded. Nobody in that baseball stadium. And this is why I know nobody in that baseball stadium thought. Because that's a moment where everybody in the stadium stands up and everybody starts going wild and everybody is expecting something to happen. When they pan to the crowd, a third of them were standing up, and Gary Sanchez strikes out. And Gary Sanchez has been the clutch guy.
Yeah.
And Gary Sanchez strikes out. And if you're watching on television, if you thought Gary Sanchez was going to do anything but strike out, then I don't know what you've been watching. It just encapsulated everything that's wrong with the Padres so far. It's like they have the opportunity, and they don't come through.
From the place that has been coined Slam Diego, you can't even get runners past there.
I believe, and I don't even know how to look this up. I saw it on Twitter, so it could be total BS. I know we don't have a Grand Slam this year. We might be the only team in baseball without a Grand Slam this year.
Yeah, there have been opportunities where they've got bases loaded, and a guy like Manny comes up, and you're like, Slam Diego, here we go. You know, and it's like strikeout or pop up. But here's the next thing: Bogaerts as much as you described it, Alex, as looks like his dog died, here's the next part of what he says, where my man is rolling now, and he's starting to get raw, like real raw, about who they're playing and what their goals are and who the Padres are supposed to be. I mean, Xander Bogaerts is doing some internal analysis here on his team. And again, there's nobody in the background in the clubhouse. You don't hear a lot of music or noise. There is no celebration going on. You don't see guys around him getting dressed. I mean, it's just him, mano y mano. Or is this with Marty?
It's with a group of reporters.
Oh, it's not mano y.
Mano.
Mano y Marty.
All right, here's more of Bogaerts. Listen to this.
That's a better one, than lack of fight. Lack of fight, I don't even feel any of that, But maybe trying to do too much might be one, Come on, man. We're playing the Nationals. We're tied the series 1-1. We're down 1-0. I mean, who don't want to score a couple runs to get us back in the game and get us on board, So, is it bad to do too much? I mean, I really don't. I don't think so, man. I might be wrong, but I don't, because I don't go up to hit and be like, I'll just get out this at bat, just for some giggles, So it's tough and it's frustrating, but yeah, can't lose against teams that don't have. I mean, I don't think they have playoff aspirations. I mean, they obviously have a young team and they fight. They do fight, but I wouldn't say anyone picked the Nationals to be in the playoffs. So you have to be the teams that you have to beat.
Oh my God, dude. He knows what he's saying is like disrespectful to the Nationals. So he's trying to kind of like backtrack a little bit. No, because he's like, hey, we have to beat a team like this. They don't have playoff aspirations, but they're good. They're young. They fight. I mean, I give them their credit. They fight. But he's telling you what he doesn't want to be disrespectful per se, at least the way I hear it. But let's just call it the way it is. They're a bad baseball team, and the Padres were expected to be a good baseball team. And then the bad baseball team, and bad meaning look at their record, comes into your hometown and beats you 2 out of 3 with the pitcher that was the number 1 prospect in your organization. And forget that. That just adds in, injury to insult, however that phrase goes.
Insult to injury.
Yeah, that too. All I'm saying is that Bogaerts is now going, dude, we didn't just lose to the Yankees. We didn't lose to, the Dodgers. We didn't just lose to Arizona. Gosh, we lost to a terrible team that no one thinks is going anywhere, and they're really young, and we're down 1-0, and we can't come back from that.
Yeah, that's the kind of response that you would expect from a team like the Nationals. That's something you would expect from a manager saying on a Nationals team or the Oakland A's right now. That shouldn't be coming from a team with this amount of talent on the roster. If a no-name player from Oakland says, "Yeah, every time we go down, it just feels like that's it. We're done." Okay, I get that. Because if you look around, you're like, all right, we're a little overmatched. We're not as talented. But this is Xander Bogaerts, who just signed a $283 million deal, who hits cleanup on a team behind Manny Machado, Juan Soto, and Fernando Tatis. That's coming from his mouth. Think about it that way. This is coming from a guy who in front of him is Manny Machado, Juan Soto, and Fernando Tatis Jr. And he's saying, when we go down 1-0, it feels like it's over. Put it into context that way. This isn't just the player saying it. This is which player saying it, where he plays, who he plays with, and where he's from. This is a 2-time World Series champion with the Boston Red Sox, where if you ever thought it could be nasty in San Diego, no, it can't with the media. Go play in Boston for 10 years, which he did. Think about where it's coming from. That's how bad it is. I think listen, this is the Mariana Trench of bad so far, but this is as rock bottom as it gets. When someone is publicly telling you,
no, it can get worse than this.
No, I know it can't, but right now, for someone on this team to admit, they admitted it straight up. When we go down 1-0, we're done.
Listen, I like what he said. It sounded terrible, but I like what he said because he's telling the truth.
So do I.
And it's not like this, and it's not about the one run thing. It's the part about when he goes, "Is it too bad to be trying to do too much?" Like I want, that's the type of stuff I want to hear. So at least I know that they're saying these things to each other. Like, hey, listen, I'm trying the best I can. I'm pulling my weight, blah, blah, blah. That's what I want to hear. I don't want to hear somebody go, oh, it's a long season. We got a long way to go. No, you don't, bro. No, you halfway through a long way to go. So this puts me in like I said, puts me in a very weird place as a person who's been loud and upfront and rooting for this team, because I really feel like they're at a crossroads. Like as up as I were before they played the Giants, and as much as I left that Giants series going, ooh, little thing here, little thing there, and we beat them with 3 out of 4. Oh, as close as I was to coming on and talking like that, this happens. And then they score double-digit runs in the first game, and you go, see, that Giant thing, that wasn't really. Ooh, wait, hold on. We don't score?
I think that's what's so infuriating about this team. As someone who is not as loud as you, but upfront and rooting for this team, is you see them win 10-0 against the Giants. You see them put up 13 runs on Friday, and you see the potential that is on this roster, and you know that the talent is there, because when it's all going good, this team is like a tsunami.
The sexiest part about this team.
They're like a tsunami. They are, because I haven't.
When it's going good.
Friday.
When is that?
Friday.
Thursday and Friday last week. That's about it.
So for a game here and there.
Yes.
Because I'm looking for. Because to me, a tsunami isn't a game or two. It's like, hey, let's put together 5 straight wins.
Oh, they can't.
Let's win 8 out of 10. Let's win 14 of the next 18. I mean, to me, that's a tsunami. You're talking about 2 games.
Yeah.
Here's the wildest part about all this. Okay.
All right.
I mean, when's the last time they won more than 2 in a row?
If they made the playoffs,
if
the only thing people would say was, what took so long? Like, nobody would be surprised, and that's the whole thing about this. This is why I'm not leaving the bus. This is why I'm holding firm in my position. If this was speed, I'm Keanu Reeves. The bottom is out. I'm trying to get the bomb out. I'm trying to save people at this point, because if they start hitting all those stats you just read, if they did the reverse of that in the second half of the season, this is a completely different conversation. And that's the problem.
Well, here's the thing.
These things can be fixed.
Well, here's the manager. Everything you're just saying. Okay, but wait a second. You're speaking the same language. Here's Bob Melvin yesterday after the game. Let it speak for itself. Go ahead.
What do your players need to do to stop this 2-step forward, 2-step back, 2-step forward, 3-step back?
If I had an answer for you, we just got to keep working, keep playing hard, and keep fighting through it. It's been a tough stretch, to where we are right now. We never expected to be where we were record-wise at this point, but it is what it is, and it basically tells you who you are. And we haven't been able to play consistently enough to have a better record and be over 500.
I know they've bounced back quite a bit, but that's because you've fallen so much.
Right.
What's a level of concern that at some point here you're going to lose heart?
No, that won't happen. That won't happen. There's a lot of baseball left. You go on a run and you're right back in it. So it doesn't look great. There are a lot of teams ahead of us as far as playoff teams at this point, but there is, a run that could get us right back into it quickly. We just haven't done it. That's the hardest part at this point.
Where is it?
I mean,
what do you mean?
Right, though, like you guys might lose heart. No, we won't. Okay, you're not really telling me how you won't, or you're not really convincing me that you won't. But the other thing of it is this: in the end, he's right. I mean, I have to say, like, Melvin's right, which is, hey, dude, go on a run. You win 8 of 10. You win 6 straight games, etc. You build momentum towards the All-Star break. Of course, it could change with a run. The only thing is, and that's why I push back on the whole tsunami thing. It's like a tsunami to me is winning 10 straight games.
Like the Reds are doing.
It's not playing well for 2 games. Because you say we know what this team can do. Actually, as Bob Melvin points out, the record indicates who they are, and who they are is a sub-500, $235 million payroll.
then he's a below average manager. If the wins and losses speak for themselves, he's a below average manager. Because hey, is there any reporting of him throwing something in the locker room? Is there any reporting of him getting after guys? Marty does a great job reporting on the team. Kevin does a great job of making stuff up as he goes. Is there any person in there? Is there any person in there that has told you Bob Melvin went in there and just tore the whole locker room up, getting after guys? Like, what we doing?
My favorite part was, how do you do this? How do you prevent this? And he was like, well, if I had an answer.
Clearly he doesn't.
He don't know.
All right. Well, let's do this. We'll call a timeout, and then we'll come right back and we'll jump back into it, because it just, honestly, like I said at the beginning, you come back on Monday after a couple of days off and you come back to a story of this magnitude. We're in the 7 Mile Casino studios, 7milecasino.com. Stick around. Lots more on this story. And then we got to get to some other stuff. Stick around. This is Kaplan and Crew.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew Tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 AM, ESPN Radio, and YurView, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
Locally owned and operated, not some bland, uninspired, corporate, cookie-cutter radio station crap. We simply say to those stations, Q. The mightier 1090 ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk.
Murray Lampert now brings architectural and interior design to a whole new level for your remodel, ADU, or whole house build.
We're truly a team at Murray Lampert Design, Build, Remodel, and we don't take that lightly.
Visit murraylampert.com.
Great things can be achieved when a community comes together. Join Erica Cardenas on Doing More as she introduces you to ordinary people working side by side to confront tremendous challenges and make a positive impact in their community. Watch Doing More Sunday night at 6 on YurView or stream it online at YurView.com. Doing More is presented by PNC Bank, proud to be a part of the San Diego community.
If you've been told that implants aren't an option for you, or you're looking at years of bone grafting treatment, I'm here to tell you there is a better alternative. At New Teeth Now, we are a one-of-a-kind surgical center that routinely places zygomatic implants. Zygomatic implants are placed in the cheekbone or the zygoma, completely bypassing the need for bone grafts. If you've been told that lengthy bone graft treatment is the only way to get implants, call us today and let's get your smile back.
When you're adding companion units or ADUs to bring more value to your home, our experience plus our strong relationship with the city makes adding on easier for our homeowners.
At Murray Lampert, we listen to you first, then design and build. Visit murraylampert.com.
If you're going to count yourself as a fan of this radio station, you'll need to continuously ask yourself one basic question. Am I listening enough? Pro tip, wives are not a good source for input on this. This is the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio.
When you're adding companion units or ADUs to bring more value to your home, our experience plus our strong relationship with the city makes adding on easier for our homeowners.
At Murray Lampert, we listen to you first, then design and build. Visit murraylampert.com.
The San Diego Children's Discovery Museum is a children's museum that serves San Diego County. Our area of focus is children between the ages of 0 to 10, but primarily 0 to about the ages of 7. We teach children in an informal, experience-based environment, specifically foundational fluencies, social-emotional learning, and purposeful play.
We started PNC Grow Up Great in 2004. It is now a $500 million bilingual early education program, all focused on reaching young children from birth to age 5, with a particular emphasis on reaching low and moderate income children to help prepare them for school and life.
And we've been looking for partners. And that's how we got to the San Diego Children's Museum. They specifically have a new mobile unit where they bring STEM-related educational services to kids that can't make it to the museum.
We both believe in bringing innovative platforms of learning to children all over the county.
I think I'm going to build the castle.
From New York City comes America's longest running and most popular rugby show. The biggest names in Major League Rugby, MLR highlights, and big match previews. Rugby Wrap-Up presents MLR Weekly, made in New York City.
joining us. Catch Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight from 7 to 8 p.m. Pacific every Monday through Friday. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk.
Hey JR, do you know why May is my favorite month of the year?
Is it because it's your birthday month?
Well, of course, but it's also because May is Mental Health Awareness Month. So it's a great reminder that we all face struggles, but we're never alone when we have community.
Community and cake. What more can we ask for?
Ooh, I like it. And we'll tell you